Here we go.
If you could change one thing about Sonic Unleashed, what would it be? Oh, that is completely that's an easy one right there. And you're probably saying, what would I change? Get rid of the QuickTime events. Now, I don't know if that's gonna be a possibility, because that would require Sega doing some fucking actual work. But I'm serious. Get rid of the QuickTime events. I hate the QuickTime events as regular Sonic. I cannot stand the QuickTime events when I'm going through a jump panel and then you have to enter a button sequence. Now, I know in the first few stages you only have to enter a 3-button sequence. I wouldn't mind it if you're just entering button sequences on using the face buttons, but then now you have to use shoulder buttons, and it's fucking annoying. When you're playing a Sonic the Hedgehog title, why add QuickTime events? Now, I know for the Werehog, QuickTime events can help you get the quick kill. I get it, I understand, and they're a little bit slower. And you could manipulate the QuickTime events by pressing the pause menu, look at the button, press it, and do it over and over again to cheat in a way so you can get the quick kill on a lot of these enemies when you're using the Werehog, especially the Titan enemies, which they take a lot of fucking health to take down, unless you go for the critical attack. But for me personally, I would just change the QuickTime events. I hate the QuickTime events as regular Sonic, and they are god-awful in the Eggman shooting sections. They are terrible. Especially if you're playing the PlayStation version of the game. You do realize that the square button and the circle button for the PlayStation are almost identical. The square button is pink, the circle button is red. So if you're doing the Eggman shooting level, how the hell are you supposed to tell if that's a circle or a square from a distance when those rockets are aimed at you? You can't. That's why the Xbox 360 version is easier, because not only are the buttons color-coded, but you know what they have letters on them. That's why. If you're using a 360 controller, of course they're color-coded, but if you're using an Xbox One controller, the buttons aren't color-coded, but at least you know the layouts. It's a little bit still easier. Now, if the Switch version, if Nintendo were to get a version, it'd be kind of confusing also, because, well, not really. I mean, I guess you could just use the face buttons, but still, you're missing the point here. I cannot stand the QuickTime events, seriously, and that's one of the main reasons I really do not like Sonic Unleashed. The Werehog music is just the tip of the iceberg, people. I can't stand the Werehog music. I hate the fact there's no option to shut it off and just listen to the beautiful orchestral music at night. You always have to listen to that fucking battle theme, and it's fucking aggravating. I can't stand it. It's another reason why I don't really want to rush into Unleash right now. That's why. And also, the story may be great and all, but at the end of the day, the game has so many flaws. The air boost button, the homing attack being on the same button as your regular default boost. So if you try to homing attack chain, you can't spam it, because then you might accidentally air boost or boost off the stage for a cheap death. So we're talking about major fixes here. I would just get rid of the QuickTime events in general. I can't stand them. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna say, well, you really can't get rid of the QuickTime events because they were a thing back then. Back in 2008 through 2010, a lot of these games use QTEs. I get it. Bayonetta 1 being one of the biggest offenders of that. Why that fucking game is difficult. I wonder why. Because of all the bullshit QTE events. That's why. I don't mind QuickTime events if they're simple and get to the fucking point. But when you're trying to enter a 5-button sequence and if you fail at it, you get a cheap death. I don't like that. That's why Eggman Land is considered to be the most difficult level in the history of the Sonic franchise. Nothing comes remotely close after that. Seriously. Let alone try to get an S rank in that fucking stage. Believe me, I tried. It's not easy. I'm just giving you my honest thoughts. I gotta go. Peace out.